welcome everyone. Today we are going to be looking at how you can install Godot on Raspbian, Ubuntu, anything Raspberry Pi 4, a lot of Linux distributions. I don't know if this will work on all of them, but it works on Ubuntu's, Linux works on Raspbian, and probably some others. But I'm going to be doing it on Ubuntu because I like making videos on it because it's a nice clean desktop, and Godot also works a lot better on Ubuntu. I may make a separate video for Raspbian, but we're going to get into why the Godot engine works better with Ubuntu on the Raspberry Pi, Ubuntu made in general. So let's open up Godot to show you that it works. Might have to double click here. Once it opens, it's gonna open too. So as you can see, it's working here. And then if we go, I've imported a project. If you want to import your own, you can get it off their website and download it and import it through a zip. Or you can go to templates and import some stuff, some templates. So I have this one imported right now, but if you wanted to import another one, you just click on it, go download, so you can see everything is working as it should on Godot. It is a little bit chippy, cutty, but leggy-ish, but it works pretty good in general. We'll just let this download here. It shouldn't take too long. If it does, we'll just skip this. Is it gonna finish here? If it takes too long. Okay, well, I'll be back with you guys after this downloaded. So I'm just gonna hit pause here. Okay, so it is fully installed. In case you want to know how large that file is, it's only 2 megabytes. So we've installed it, and if we go to our templates, it should pop up here. I may have to, it says success, so if we go here, let me try reopening Godot. If that doesn't work, then it's not a big deal, but I have installed one successfully. I don't know, maybe it didn't install. That's not a big deal, but maybe some of them won't install, but most of them have. For me, I've tested a few and I've just deleted the other ones. So we're gonna open up this one, and it always widens your screen with Godot. That's on all versions when you open it up. So after it gets opened here, as you can see, you can drag buttons around. Not sure what this does. It says drag colors from button to button, or change button colors and drag them again. So you can just drag buttons around, I guess. Yeah, interesting. Okay, and change colors. This is just for you to practice work and such and see how things work, but I've tested everything. So like importing files works. So one of the problems I had with Raspbian is I could not figure out a way to import stuff. Every way I tried importing items to Godot, it would not work. But with this Ubuntu Mate, it is a little bit laggy. That's somewhat mostly from the video recorder, because the Godot is using a lot of the CPU, and so is the video recorder. This video recorder is using 75% of the CPU. This is overclocked to 2 gigahertz, and I would recommend doing that if you have Ubuntu Mate on your Raspberry Pi. Just make sure you have good cooling. So as you can see, it works alright. If we go to a picture that we want to put in it, let's say we want to put this picture in, you can see importing works just fine. I don't know, like I said, the CPU is getting dragged down quite a bit, but this does work. I have tested it. As you can see, I've loaded this picture in. See? Loads it in, and it works. So it's loaded 2 pictures in now. I couldn't get this to work on Raspbian. If you can, let me know in the comments. If I do get it working on Raspbian, maybe they've updated it and fixed it. I will be showing you that on Raspbian, but that was the only problem I had with Godot on Raspbian. Other than that, everything worked. This is usually not so laggy. It's actually less laggy most of the time, but this video recorder and the Godot combined are dragging down the CPU, even though it's overclocked to 2 gigahertz. So if you are going to be using bigger systems like Godot and stuff, you do almost need an overclock. So now that we know it works and the problems with it on Raspbian, just gonna hit don't save. We're gonna get into how you install it. So there's a few methods, and I believe one works the best, so I'm just gonna show you that one. The other methods that other people put together, I've seen documents on and stuff, have worked for me, but older versions, slower, some capabilities missing. The best one I've found is just using Flatpak, and I've explained this in the past that Flatpak works great. So if we just search Flatpak, I've already went through in my tutorials of installing items on Raspberry Pi Ubuntu that works with Raspbian or Ubuntu Mate on the Raspberry Pi. But if you haven't seen that, go and see it if you want to know how to get Flatpak and how to work it. So I've showed you how to get Flatpak, so then you should just be able to go to FlatHub once you have it. And then you just go FlatHub, it should come up here, and you can go into the application. Just let it load here. Sorry about that, it usually is faster, but like I said, the video recorder and everything together is dragging down the CPU pretty bad. So everything is quite slow. The recording may even be a little choppy because of how bad it's been dragging down the CPU. If we go and so Flatpak, we've went over a lot of it in installing apps on Ubuntu or Raspbian. On the last video I put out, should be in the playlist and everything. So if we search, all you have to do is to search for apps is you go Godot. Now, another way you can install applications using Flatpak is using the software built in. But if you're on Raspbian, you won't have this. That's why I'm showing with the website. So you'll have to use the website to get Godot. So there's a couple ways you can install it. You can install it using this, follow those steps. Once it downloads, you just click it and follow the steps. I don't think this install way works with Raspbian. So if you're on Raspbian, use the terminal method. Just copy and paste these into the terminal. And if you're on here, either way should work, and that software store should work. Another reason why I suggest using Godot with Ubuntu is because it also creates a shortcut for you in your menu. Raspbian, you have to use the terminal to get into it each time. So Godot just works way better with Ubuntu in general, and it's faster, and it gives you newer versions. So definitely recommend with Ubuntu Mate on the Raspberry Pi. I haven't tried with other Ubuntu versions, they should work as well. But if you're running Godot, Ubuntu Mate is the way to go. If you have to use Raspbian, well, it will still work, but it won't be very sufficient and very easy to access. So as you can see, you just copy and paste this. I already have installed, so it's not going to install it again. And then this command is actually to install this first one, and this second one is actually for running it. So if you're on the Raspberry Pi, in order to, every time you wanted to run Godot, you would have to type in this command to your terminal. But with Ubuntu, it gives you a shortcut. So that's another reason we like it on Ubuntu, because you can just search it or find it in programming, I believe. Yes. And then you can put it to your home menu. Raspberry Pi, you have to, if you want to get a short access point into it, see, Godot is already installed, so that's how it's done. And then if you want to open it, you can open it using terminal or your access point. Or if you're on the Raspberry Pi, you have to use the terminal. So that's how you install it, and it works. And those are the reasons I recommend using Ubuntu with it, because Ubuntu is a lot cleaner, it works better with Godot, it's easier to use the newer version, there's a shortcut already built in after you've installed it. You can install it using a terminal or that method, or you can use the built-in app store as we went over in our installation video. So there's a few good reasons why you should use Ubuntu if you're wanting to install Godot on your Raspberry Pi, but Raspbian does work, it just doesn't work the best to its full potential. I will make a video on Raspbian and to install Godot and using it on there. I'll try to figure out if I can get stuff to upload to the Godot engine on the Raspberry Pi. And until then, I'll see you guys later, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.